Holy frig, boys. It's 5 o'clock break time and snow's coming down like a son of a whore, but it's not staying. As you can tell, it's kind of melting in places where they shoveled. Obviously not on the roads and driveway area where there's already snow because it's cold enough to maintain, but you know, it's hitting my car and just melting off. That's a bonus. I wish I can get this fucking snow out from in here. Oh, look at that. Back's not too bad because the bumper skin's all fucked up, right? So to get it out, you just kind of do one of these. Whole bumper skin moves and everything comes out of it. But the back wheel wells are fine. Front ones that are packed. Oh no, this is where it shit. This one here dropped its load. It's the other side that's just really bad. I'll have to come out with my ice scraper after on lunch break and bang her out. I don't know. For some reason, I really enjoy vlogging with a camcorder more than the GoPro, but I want to use my GoPro big time. I've been thinking about that the whole time on the way here, and I was like, you know, if this camera just had a wide angle or wider angle lens option, it'd be perfect. But and a microphone input, that'd make it awesome in the car. Like I said, I would have went with the Canon Vixia. I was looking for one when I went out shopping, and nobody fucking carries cameras anymore. Nobody carries camcorders. It's ridiculous. You go to Future Shop and all they got is point and shoots and DSLRs, no camcorders, and GoPros. That's it. And then you go over to a friggin' Walmart and they have DSLRs and point and shoots and Sony camcorders. Same with Staples. The Source has the camera, but you got to order it online. Wait a week to get it. Like, come on. Where the frig are the cameras nowadays? I guess nobody buys camcorders anymore. It's either a GoPro or your cell phone. I already gave Pug 1 the warning that if he tries to friggin' edit with that GoPro footage straight off the camera, he's gonna have a hell of a time and hate his life. Pulling the bust out handbrake or friggin' MPEG stream clip and let him roll through that, because otherwise his MacBook's gonna shit the bed big times. Like the GoPro Hero 1 and 2 to me are the same, and I don't know about the 3, but the 4 makes that different format and it's a hooer to work with, and I don't know anybody with the GoPro Hero 3, so I can't really ask anybody I know what bitrate their videos come out in. I'd like to know, honestly. That way there I can get an idea if this problem's been on there for a while, because the GoPro software does have an exporting tool, which I'm going to try out next time I film with it. I just want to get a better microphone for that camera, because having to tweak the audio on every damn clip non-stop, like cut and tweak, cut and tweak, cut and tweak, yeah, that wasn't fun. That wasn't fun one bit. So one of my co-workers showed up today to drop off her key to the building, and she's done. She's supposed to get her buyout there in a couple of weeks, waiting to see if she gets it, because apparently there's a lot of hassle to go through, and we were told 7 days after submission you get paid. She's saying on the paperwork it said 60 days after submission you get paid, so I may have to contact the bank and all that and be like, can you put a hold on taking mortgage payments off and stuff? If I get let go and it takes 60 days, that's going to be pretty fucked to get me paid, right? I'll be living off savings for a little bit and keeping her super cheap. It'll be ramen and KD for the rest of my life until I get paid. Either that or I'll take a job at the vape store right away if it's still around. Because Mike's been contemplating on shutting down the North Bay vape store. It's just not doing the right business, and I still think it's the location. The location where it's at, you know, I mentioned to my friends, I'm like, hey, have you been into this store here? And they're like, oh, where's that? And I'm like, on Lakeshore Drive, right beside George's China Kitchen. Everybody knows where George's China Kitchen is. It's literally right beside a great big blue and red glowing sign, electronic cigarette store. Can't friggin' miss it, but people somehow miss it. I don't get it. So it's just got to be a shitty ass poor location that maybe, I don't know, but you know, I do my best to try and shut it out as much as possible and get them as much business as possible, because the store in the North Bay Mall, the e-vape store, it's more or less like a Fast Tech, just a Canadian price Fast Tech, you know? They buy all their shit right off of Fast Tech and then sell it in the store, and you can get everything from e-darts to pocket knives to friggin' LED flashlights to bottle openers pretty much. Anyway, I just came outside for a quick little dart, boom, and I'm gonna head her back inside and carry on with this shift. Talk to you guys at 8. So far it's been pretty busy. I swear everybody and their mom bought a router today and has no idea how to set it up, so that's all we've been dealing with this morning, is this afternoon, was setting up people's routers for them, because that's fucking exciting. But anyway, on that note, I'm gonna head her back inside, people, and I'll talk to you maybe on my lunch, maybe after work, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Ooh, I got snow on the lens. Well, friggin' 8 o'clock, lunchtime. As you can tell, the snow is coming down like a son of a whore. I'm gonna sit in my car, which is all snowed in. Something's wonky with the heater upstairs, because holy shit, she's 78 degrees up there and climbing, and it's hot. The air is stale, and Bruce and I are fighting to stay awake. So I think I got a solution to my whole recording at night problem. Like last night, I used those lights there to illuminate the area when I was filming with the GoPro, and obviously the light out of this camera here looks phenomenal. Now keep in mind, that's a single Cree LED up there putting out like 250 lumens, and it's doing what it's doing right now. That's pretty decent. Well, I found a kit for the GoPro. It's like a $20 or $10 light fixture that goes around the lens and has a USB plug onto it that you plug into anything with power. Your computer, one of those portable power banks that you can pick up for dirt cheap, you know? And I have one of those, so what I was thinking about doing was modding one of them into the tripod. I'm completely building my own video rig right now, like from scratch up. People are probably thinking, why don't you just to use this camera here? Well, because I like the effects coming off of the GoPro, and it gives me more diversity and stuff for making friggin' awesome videos. It's just in stock form, it's only good for one thing, and that's riding on a motorbike when you don't give a shit about any audio from the damn thing. If you want audio, you gotta buy all the gear. It's the way she goes. It's how pro people do it. You ever seen a real pro rig? My buddy's using one that probably costs more than your fucking house. Literally, he showed me his rig. I'll see if I can get a picture for it, and if I can, it'll probably be right here. But this rig, I think he told me it was about $82,000 for everything you see here. And otherwise, if I don't have the picture, I'm just pointing to fucking thin air, and you're thinking the light post behind my finger is really expensive. So sometimes you build your own rig and the outcome's friggin' awesome, you know? And that's what I'm hoping for. Like, I really want to bring some serious definition into the vlogs and have different angles, especially if we're in the backyard driving around the mini bikes or whatever. Think of the shit I can do with a friggin' monopod and that GoPro and stuff. I actually want to put a bolt on the back of my my bike so I can hook a monopod up to the bike, because I got this really cool angle I want to try and pull off. I've seen it done before, but I really want to do it again. Actually, I think it was T-Man's Go-Karts who had the angle. He did, what was that sound? Anyway, he had this like bar off the back of a bike that he built. He built a trail bike with big fat ATV tires onto it. Go check him out, T-Man's Go-Karts. You'll see the bike I'm talking about, and he had a camera off of it, and it gave it kind of like a Grand Theft Auto kind of field of view, where you see the rider and you see the road, and it's kind of like you're all third person, like you guys are flying behind Superman style watching me drive my bike. Kind of a cool friggin' angle of view. And then of course you have the GoPro on your head, and then another GoPro somewhere else, so you can just swap between scenes, and it looks pretty awesome probably. Because this summer for mini biking, I want to have more than just the son of a bitchers going. Actually, I don't even want to use the son of a bitchers. I want to go GoPro Hero 2 on the helmet, maybe Hero 4 on a monopod off the back, and then maybe the Hero 1 aiming backwards, so like if I'm in front of Adrian, you can see what's going on behind me, and if Adrian's in front of me, well, I got my helmet cam to record that nonsense, because, you know, he always, whenever he's on camera, he likes to do crazy things, especially that last summer when him and Rex were riding side by side, and then friggin' Adrian starts giving him the road rash kicks, you know, and they're like going back and forth with road rash kicking and stuff. I'm pretty sure I got that on video. Pretty funny stuff, but yeah, I'm so anxious for mini bike season. This winter weather can fuck off whenever it wants. Oh, I've just been sitting in my car vaping. Look, you can tell it's all foggy and you can barely see me. It's a little cool in here, but it feels good because it's like frickin' super hot upstairs. Should roll down my window maybe just a tad. Oh yeah, the car's off. Now you see, if this was smoke in here, I'd have a hard time breathing, but you know what? It's not smoke, it's just vapor. So, you know, if this was really toxic, I should have been dead by now, because I've been doing this for almost a year, sitting in my car vaping on lunch, you know? Just having a chooch in my car that I own. Not a big deal. Not dying, for sakes.
But it definitely makes the video harder to see. And it definitely makes the GoPro struggle when I do this kind.
When I'm no longer working here, you won't have to put up with these kinds of videos, because I won't be at work to make these kinds of videos, so it'll be a little better. And there's nowhere I can put the camera to get out of the vapor. So apparently down in the south it's +5 and freaking raining. Lucky bastards. Up in the north it's -2 and freaking snowing. Look, you can already see. Well, no you can't, but maybe now you can see my windows are already covered. They were already cleaned off from the friggin' heat of the car. It doesn't take long. Doesn't take long for the friggin' snow to come back. Which means tomorrow I might have to friggin' push some snow around the driveway a bit, because it was looking pretty shitty today when I backed out. So tomorrow we'll deal with that. Or maybe tonight when I get home, I don't know. We'll strap the GoPro on my shoulder and go for a friggin' outside shovel attack and see what that looks like on video. Probably gonna look like shit, but I should get back inside. Bruce is probably passed out at his desk, snoring like a fucking chainsaw. So I'm gonna just go inside, wake him up, probably scare him or something. I don't know. We'll see what I do. If he's sleeping, I might fucking scare him. Maybe I'll put it on video. It'd be funny. But anyway, people, if you see a scare video, it's because I got him. If you don't, it's because I didn't. And I'll talk to you guys when I get off work at midnight. Peace the frig out. Before I go inside, I want to show you this. Right here, these are my footprints getting into the car. But these footprints here come around and go over here. Yeah, somebody was walking around the car. Somebody with a dog. Probably the hobo that comes over and raises the friggin' smoke bin. Son of a bitch. He was door checking us, making sure we had our shit locked. Fucker was probably gonna rob us. Alrighty, people. Turn off the heater there. That's kind of ridiculously loud. It's time to get out of here and head her home. Work's done, thank God. What a boring ass shit. Oh, I almost threw up my mouth. What a boring ass shift. So let's burn home and see what the what is. Cause every day is a snowy road. You can suck my arsehole. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of winter, people. So sick and tired of it. I remember back in 2011 when I went to Logie's, it wasn't this bad. It wasn't still cold and stuff. It was all warmed up and the snow was gone. Like when I came back, the snow was gone. When I left, I still had a pretty decent bank outside. My fuck, what happened there? Holy shit. Fucking car is handling like a llama. Even though I've never ridden a llama before, but I imagine it handled just like one right there. But, yeah, kind of ridiculous. The roads be poo-poo caca pee-pee tonight. Poo-poo caca pee-pee. Big times. Big time shitty roads. If you don't get on the throttle, you don't get on the traction control. Or in my car's case, semi-traction control. One tire fire. You know it's good when it makes you cough. Holy. Here comes a lot of traffic for midnight. You ready for it? Not one, not two, but 3 cars. Holy, everybody's out tonight, people. All 3 of them. I should join their rampage. Oh, I just felt a piece of ice fall off the bottom of the car. Or, you know what I mean, the wheel well of the car. Either that or I lost my steering rack. One of the two, not a big deal. Who needs a steering rack in a car, right? Like, I don't need a steering rack, I got power steering. What do I need a steering rack for? And now I wait for all the previous plumbers, current mechanics to pipe in. I love that. Like, I think it's fucking hilarious how if I'm having car troubles, my audience become mechanics. Like, they all become mechanics, they all know everything about cars. I have plumbing troubles, those mechanics become plumbers. I have a problem with a building, like something in my house. Now those fucking mechanics became contractors. Electrical problems, now they're all of a sudden all electricians. Like, holy shit. You guys are fucking talented. Like, you know everything. Why the fuck are you watching my videos? I don't understand. It's obviously not to learn, and oh my goodness, is that showing up on camera? No, it isn't. Look at how fucking, it is too. Look at how dark it is over there, like way over there. My goodness. Oh, we're gonna get the fucking douse tonight. We're gonna get the douse, boys. We're gonna get 17 feet of frickin' snow. We're gonna be the new Boston Buffalo. Worst part about it up here is if we did get that much snow and I call work and been like, yeah, I can't come in, they'd be like, if it's because of the snow, you're coming in anyway. Like, they wouldn't even care. They'd be like, dig your car out and get in here and answer telephone calls for broken internet. That's more important right now. Like, they would totally do that. Fuck, I remember we had that huge snowstorm back in 2007. I wasn't vlogging back then. Huge ass snowstorm, and I make the mistake of going to pick up my ex at university in Guelph. So I drive all the way to Guelph and it's fine, but then we had the snowstorm on the way back. So here I am coming back home. My boss calls me, hey man, can you work some overtime tonight? And I'm like, dude, I'm in fucking Barrie. Like, I haven't even cleared Barrie yet. I'm like, the roads are shit. We're getting a blizzard like big time. I can't make it. Well, I got nobody to cover the shift and you're the only one. And I'm like, dude, I'm in Barrie. It's gonna take me like 8 hours at the current speed because I can only do 40 kilometers an hour. Like, it's gonna take me 8 hours to get home. Okay, well, whenever you get in, just come on in, bud. And I said, okay, well, this is the only way I'm doing it. And he goes, what? And I'm like, you start putting me on the clock right now. I'm like, it's 5 o'clock? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, you're paying me from 5 till midnight regardless of how many hours I work. And he goes, okay, no problem. I get home from Barrie, it was around 11:30. I went in for a half an hour, punched in for a half an hour, punched out for a half an hour, and got paid for 7 hours of labor. And it's like, really? And this is the problem I had back in the day, and I still have to this day. And my boss does this to me all the time too, is whenever there's overtime, he doesn't ask anybody else if they want it. He just right away calls me up and says, hey man, I need you to work. And it's like, fuck, I don't want to. Well, you got a hold of you, so, and then I find out later on that, like, I'll ask around and be like, hey so-and-so, did they ask you to work? Oh, they didn't? Okay, file a grievance. Hey, so-and-so, did they ask you to work? No? Okay, file a grievance. And now my boss, even though the people wouldn't have accepted, but because he failed to do his job and go through the seniority list and ask the higher-ups if they wanted to work at first, because they might have wanted to, maybe one of them was low on cash that month, and needed a couple extra bucks for something, like maybe a sled broke or their truck is damaged or, you know, whatever the reason may be. Maybe they wanted to work it. So because he didn't do it right and he didn't follow through with proper, you know, union procedures on overtime, and he just gave it to me, well, now they got to pay everybody above me in seniority overtime for that day because procedures weren't followed, and that's the way she goes. Mind you, now when it happens, I don't even give a shit. I don't answer my phone. when I get called in for overtime, because it's like, fuck it, you know what? I'm gonna be done there, fuck the overtime. I have no time for that. No reason to be a model employee for a company that's letting you go, right? There's no reason for it. So I put in my time, I did all the friggin' best job I possibly could. In the 13 years I worked there, I put up with a lot of bullshit from incompetent management. So honestly, I think that I did what I needed to do to get through that place, and all is good in the hood. Holy, for some reason this juice tastes like it's just like so high in nicotine. Oh, it just burns your throats out. It's Monster Energy drink, eh? So kind of shouldn't be doing that, but it kind of sort of is. Kind of sort of pissing me off a bit too. I think when I do the strawberry cheesecake and the blueberry cheesecake, I'm gonna do it the bloke way for steeping. You can do a whole batch of like 500 ml at a time if you really wanted to, and you can do a slow infusion of flavor too while you're getting her all primed. And I got this new nicotine from a new supplier who thinks I'm a wholesaler and that I'm making juice for wholesaling, so I get the wholesale rates. Meanwhile, I'm just making it for myself because I don't feel like dealing with all the fucking nonsense that comes with vape gear and selling vape gear. But yeah, it's good nicotine though. It's clean. I'm not using it in this batch. I used it in my last batch of that other stuff I had, which was pretty damn good. Like, you could barely tell it was there until it got into you, and then you could feel it working its magic. But this one here is the last of my can vape nicotine, and this stuff fucking burns. I'm telling you, I won't be ordering any more flavoring from can vape, or for that matter any other products, because the website doesn't match up to what the fuck they sell you. So done with that nonsense. They say you're gonna get an ego connector, and then you don't get the ego connector, and then you friggin' email them asking where the ego connector is, and they could totally berate you. And it's like, wow, customer service A1, love you guys, go eat a bag of dicks. But anyway, people, I'm almost home, so I'll talk to you guys when I get there. Holy fuck, do you guys still work? Okay, you do. Totally just fired my camera across the car. Yeah, tomorrow is definitely going to be time to power shovel. That's a given. So I won't be up late tonight. That's also a given. Why do I have mail? Isn't it Sunday today? What the frig, man? What is this? Phone book? Bunch of bills and shit? Frig sakes. Yeah, this camera doesn't do as good as the GoPro for the back. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. It's in candlelight mode right now, but I just found with the GoPro you can see a lot farther down the yard. This one has the light on. If I turn the light off, that makes a little bit of a difference. Kind of changes the shading on the snowbank on the old track, on the old dirty track. Yeah, the bill was a stupid one. It was basically them telling me that I have 13 days to pay $362 to the Hydro, which I did last week when I got the bill. What the hell are you doing? Why are you scratching at my couch? You're fucking pissing on my couch, you little bitch? Did you do this? Oh my god, you're getting killed. Yeah, you are. Holy fuck, the cat's pissing on the couch. I do not like that one bit. What the hell are you thinking? Oh my goodness. I am not really happy right now. I do regret getting that cat. I really shouldn't have. That was a fucking stupid move on my part, was getting that cat. Because now she's pissing on the furniture, and I don't like that. So, yeah, that's fucking not cool. Not cool one bit. So now I gotta try and clean that up. Awesome. Worst part is she knows she's bad, right? Because guess where she ran off to? Yep. She's back there somewhere. Somewhere. Oh, fuck her. Well, I went ahead and I cleaned the couch, descented it. She sprays there again. It's because she's trying to piss me off. And at which point, I don't give a shit what you guys think. I'm getting rid of her. That was a bad fucking move to even consider getting a cat. Alrighty, well, I had a shower after cleaning up the mess made by friggin' scampers. I don't know why she's pissing in the house. Not in her litter box, because her litter box is clean. No reason for this. But I just got me a visit from the cops. Oh yeah, the OPP officer was here. I forgot his name already. But apparently on Thursday I was texting while driving. Yeah, I got dinged for texting while driving. Didn't charge me because I was like, well, listen, like, and I showed him my phone. I'm like, look at my phone. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you see that speaker with the line going through it? He goes, yeah. I'm like, that means this thing doesn't make a noise ever. I never have my ringer on. I don't even have this fucking thing set to vibrate. because the email is going off. The battery would be dead like in a second. With the emails, text messages, and all that shit, I leave it off. When I'm driving, this thing goes in my coat pocket, where it's a bitch to get to because the seat belt that comes around covers it up, and that new coat has Velcro. So it's like, while it's in there, I don't even bother with it. I don't even look at it. I don't touch it. I don't do anything with it. I did text when I was at the grocery store. I texted Rex and said, hey, if you're still at the Hortons, I'm leaving the beer store now. If I see your car, I'll come in for a coffee. And then when I got to the Hortons, I checked it and he said, cool, I'll be here. But I already knew he was there because I parked behind his car. Somebody said I was texting while driving, and the only thing I can think of is I had this camera running. I didn't use the footage, but I had this camera running in the window and I was talking nonsense from the beer store parking lot, grocery store area, all the way to the Hortons. So somebody probably saw that, called it in, and said I was a distracted driver. So I guess there's a new rule. No more talking to cameras while you're driving. So it looks like the days of the driving vlogs are over, people. Sorry it had to be that way, but what can I say? People ruin it for everybody. Easier for me, that's less editing I have to do. Yeah, whatever. So I won't be doing driving vlogs anymore. The one you see tonight is the last one I'll ever do. So I hope you enjoyed it. But anyway, people, that's my vlog. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. If you know why Scampers is pissing, let me know. Actually, you know what? Don't even bother. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.